Okay guys, so now we are working with Nat. So let me come here. Okay, so what is Nat? See, Nat is a service which is used to translate your private IP addresses to communicate to public network. Why we need this type of services to be enabled in our organization? That suppose if you want to communicate to public network, so you need public IP. So if you have 100 clients in your organization, do you need to buy 100 IP address to communicate to public network? Yes, if you can buy, you can buy, no problem. But company cannot afford this, that okay, if I have thousands of clients in my corporate network, so I need to buy thousands of IP address, public IP address to communicate to public network. So what they decided? They decided to have a NAT server in your organization. So what this NAT server will do? NAT server will translate all the private IP addresses to this public IP address, and this public IP address is a paid IP address. So this, via this you can directly go and communicate to any public network, right? So Microsoft is supporting two type of NAT service. One is NAT, which is used to translate private IP address to public IP address, and one is ICS, internet connection sharing. Okay, so internet connection sharing is used for small network like 5 or 6 computers. You can translate the IP address, and network address translation is for large network or enterprise networks. Okay, so this is the scenario what we are going to work right now. So here we have one client computer. That client computer is connected with the server with 192.168.10.subnet, and this is the server which is connected to, you can say, Google server or Yahoo server with any type of segment directly link, and the IP address what we are using on this server as a WAN IP is 12.1.1.1. Okay, and here the WAN IP is 12.1.1.2, and this is connected with Vmnet 1. Okay, and these clients are connected with the server with Vmnet 0, or you can say Vmnet anyone, but with the different uh, broadcast domain. Okay, or different LAN. So let me come here. So this is my server, so I'm just going to rename it. Do we have rename option? Rename Google server. Okay, so this is your Google server, and this is your company server, and this is your client. Okay, so first of all I'll come on my company server. So on company server you need two LAN card, which is one is connecting to ISP and one is connecting to your LAN. So I'll come here. So I'll verify my IP. So here I'm using 10 subnet, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to rename this LAN card with LAN, because this subnet is connected with LAN. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another LAN card with the help of Vmware. Add network adapter, finish. So this LAN card, see what I'm saying, that the LAN is the LAN, this network adapter is my LAN adapter. So the LAN adapter is what? Vmnet 0. If you come to my scenario, I have seen, I have told you that LAN adapter is Vmnet 0 and my WAN adapter is Vmnet 1. So same like that, come here. So my LAN adapter is Vmnet 0. Okay, and my WAN adapter, what I have added here, so my WAN adapter is Vmnet 1. Okay, So here I am going to rename this as a WAN. And what IP I am using on this WAN server? So I am using 12.1.1 as my public IP. So which I have purchased from ISP. So this is my IP address, very simple. And DNS, you can say, okay, I am using ISP DNS. Fine, no problem. Okay, so now this Google, so let's come to this Google server. So this Google server is connected with VMnet 1. So I'll come here and I'll select here VMnet 1. IP address I have to check. So Google has only one interface which is connected to public network. So here I am using 12.1.1.2 and no need of default gateway. DNS 12.1.1.2. Let me come here. I think I have written here wrong IP address. WAN IP properties subnet mask, everything was wrong here. 255.255.252 and the preferred DNS is ISP DNS and ISP is 12.2. Fine, everything is correct on my server and in Google also everything is correct. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to install one DNS service. Okay, click add roles and features. Next. So I'm going to make this as a web server, so that will look little bit genuine lab. So here what I'm saying, that these clients, from here you are able to access Google, but from here you are not able to access Google. But when you will enable NAT, from here also you will be able to access Google, and from here also you will be able to access Google. Why? Because here on the server NATing is working. So for that we are making a lab. So here I am making a Google server, so really I am going to make a web server here. So I am going to install DNS, and then where is one service, web server IAS, sorry, DNS and web server IAS. Okay, next. next here dynamic basic authentication. I think others are okay. You can click this. Okay, digest authentication. Okay, so meanwhile when the installation is going on, what we can do here, open your C drive. Okay, and what we have here on the desktop, I have kept some website templates. Okay, so I'll copy this website template and I will come here to Google server and I will paste it here. Okay, this is our website. Okay, so who will give you the website? Your programmer will give you the website. Don't worry about this. Okay, you just have to deploy it. Okay, so I have copied it. Now close this. Okay, so this see still we are preparing the lab for NAT. It's not that we are configuring NAT. Okay, so here as per our scenario we are making a Google server. Okay, so this we are making a Google server. Close. So DNS is installed here. Come DNS, let's configure the DNS. Right click, new zone, next, primary zone. So the name of the zone I'm getting google.com. Next, next, next and finish. Google zone is created. Now we'll create a pointer, host record, sorry. So what is the name of this machine? So the name of this machine is Yaoundé DC2. The IP address I'm using here 12.1.1.2. Create a pointer. Okay, fine, done. Now come here to reverse, next, primary IPv4. What is the network ID? 12.1.1.1. Next, next. See, you must know this. DNS is already completed in your lab, so you don't say that I don't know DNS. So I'm just configuring DNS because DNS is required for this web server lab. Okay, fine. Refresh the DNS. Okay, so DNS is configured. Now we are going to configure a web server. So I'll come here, IIS, Internet Information Service. I'll come to sites, default site, right click, stop the default site, and then right click on site, click a new website. Site name is www.google.com. Physical path is I have kept that website in website 1. Okay, just 1 second, just to verify that website is there or not. Okay, website is there. So that website I have to connect as a specify the user administrator, password is 123 at IST, and the confirm password. Okay, okay. Tests, you have to check that it is working fine or not. Okay, then IP address, which IP address will be used? So this IP address will be used for accessing the website. And what will be the website name? www.google.com. Okay, so this website is completed. You just have to refresh it. Okay, restart. Okay, or refresh, and then again you have to go to your DNS. And in DNS you have to go to forward lookup zone. In Google you have to right click, you have to create CNAME, okay, alias. So what is the alias? So people will open www.google.com, so the request will come to Yaoundé DC2. Okay, so people will open this one, but the request will come here. Okay, refresh it. Now come to Yaoundé server, which is connected to ISP. So ISP Google is okay now. Now come here. Now come to local server. In local server you have to this I enhance security configuration off it, otherwise it will give you error. And then close it. Now open Internet Explorer and type www.google.com. See, so Google is working here, everything is okay, fine. Now means your server is connecting to Google and the pages are working fine. Okay, everything is correct. Now come to your client system, right? So now we are going to prepare a client system. Okay, so for that you have to come to your server, open server manager, you have to install DHCP server. Add roles and feature. Next, install DHCP server. Okay, so the DHCP installation is completed. I'll click here to complete the authentication. Click next and click commit. Okay, then close, then click here to and open DHCP. In DHCP I am going to create one pool, LAN pool for my LAN computers. So this pool I am going to create DHCP for my LAN networks. So I'll come here on server, IPv4, right click, new scope, Scope name is IST network. Start IP address is 10.10.1 to 10.50. Reserve I am keeping 192.168.10.1 only, or you can say 2 10.2 10.30 35, like anyone, whatever you want. Okay, so client will get from 36. Lease duration, okay, 8 days. Yes, I want to configure. My router address is default gateway address is 10.1, and my DNS address is already pre-configured, this one, so I'll go with this. Next. Next. Yes, I want to activate this scope now. Okay, now if you'll see here, so it is blue icon, so it's not activated now. So first I will right click here, and I will right click and I will click on deactivate. Okay, deactivate it, then again right click and activate it. So you see the green icon here, means it's okay now. So what I will do, address pool, address lease, no one has got the IP address, so I'll come here on window, client system, Ethernet, properties, I'll go IPv4 and I'll say okay, let's get IP address and DNS, all information automatically. So it's getting IP address details, what is getting 35. Okay, it's getting from local system. So I'll come here to edit virtual network editor. Okay, so I have to change why the Lan card is Nat, so I have to make Vmnet 0 as per Vmnet 0. Okay, so I have to say Vmnet 0. Okay, and then come here, open your command prompt, cmd, and then ipconfig /all. Let's see. Okay, you're getting IP address 36. Okay, everything is correct. Now if you'll come here on server, and if you'll verify in the address lease, you're getting that your system is getting IP address. Now if Windows system is getting IP address, and this Windows system is trying to access Google. Okay, so I have to install here. Okay, let me install something here. MSI. Okay, I'm going to install not Firefox, Google Chrome. So I'll paste this Google Chrome here in my system. Okay, let me install Google Chrome. Okay, so the Google Chrome I have installed here on Windows system. So let me come again. See here, from server you're you're able to access the website because you are authorized to access public network because you have public IP. But do clients are able to access? Let's come here and type google.com. Enter. So here you can see clients are not able to open the Google system. Even the IP what we have given there, ping 12.1.12.1.1.2, which is the Google IP, we are not able to communicate, right? So we have lots of problem. So we are not able to communicate. If you are not able to communicate, then how you are able to access the website? So what you have to do, you have to come to server and you have to configure NAT here. So for NAT, again you have to come to server manager, click add roles and features. Next. So for NAT you need how many LAN card? 2 LAN card. So that we have already configured here, 2 LAN card, right? Okay. So next, click next. We will install here remote access. Next, click on routing, add features. Next, 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 and install it. Okay, so this remote access feature is installed. Now click close. Now come here to tools, open routing and remote access here. Routing and remote access. See, right now it is disabled, so we'll right click, configure. Next, we'll select NAT because we are going to work on NAT. Close it. Better wait, let's restart the machine. Yes, better to restart the machine because sometime create problems. So after installing routing and remote access service, let's restart the machine. So we have started the server. Just wait. Okay, so the server is started. Click and put password. Okay, now click on tools, routing and remote access. Right click, configure and enable routing and remote access. Next, network address translation. Next, and here we have to select our public LAN card. Okay, which is connected. See, use the public interface which is connecting to internet. So this is my public interface which is connecting to internet. Next, finish. Okay, so the NAT is completed. Now come to IPv4. You have to come NAT, and you have to see that. See, this is the WAN interface. Do any traffic is going right now? No traffic is going, right? Now let's come here to your own Internet Explorer and run that www.google.com. Let's verify that still you are able to access. Yes, google.com, you are able to access google.com. Now let's come to the client system. Let's come to the client system and now write www.google.com, enter. Now see, you are able to access google.com and you are able to communicate ping also. See, before we were not able to communicate. Now if you type here ping 12.1.1.2 address, which is of Google address, you are communicating. Now why you are communicating? Because on server it is translating. See, on the WAN address, refresh it. See, can you see total mapping and total packet has been translated? And if you type so mapping, and now see here in so mapping is saying that your IP address is 10.36 and this is your private IP address, and this private IP address has been translated to 12.1.1.1 and this IP is communicating to 12.1.1.2. So this is your mapping, right? So all information you are getting, which is what is your local IP, in which IP it has been translated, and what is the remote host address. So this is your NAT, how to configure NAT on server. So this Google server, what we have configured web server, and we have configured DHCP. So that was total all over. We have prepared the lab, so you will understand. Okay, see how it is working, right? So this is all about your NAT configuration. Okay, if you want the website template, I have here. I will give it to you if you want. It is already here. So I have two website templates. Okay, so this is the configuration of NAT. So you can see here, and easily you can identify that. Okay, who has been translated or what. So mapping. See right now who is getting 36? No problem. Let me add one more client. I have another client machine here. Okay, this client machine will add Vmnet 0 because our clients, all clients computers are connected with Vmnet 0. Now start this. See, all clients computers are connected with Vmnet 0. Okay, so now I came to second PC, and if you'll come on server, open your DHCP. So your second machine is also getting IP address, and what is the IP address? He is getting 37, right? And now open the Google Chrome here on the second machine. See, first machine is already communicating. If you will open Google, see, Google Chrome, see, is already communicating. Let's come to the second machine. And here also you type google.com. Let's try again. Do this client is pinging. Ping to 12.1.1.2. Now some problem is there. Let's verify. Details, IP address is correct. Okay, let's open, close this. From here still it is working or not. www.google.com. Refresh. Translation is going on, I don't know. So mapping 37 is translated to public IP. Translation is going on. See, 37 is also translated to this public IP 12. And okay, so okay, oh my god, the web server is closed. Wait, let me on the server was off. So you have to while doing the practical, you need to check if the server is down or not. It's not that you are pinging and it's not pinging and you'll get worried that what happening. So it's better you also check. See, I was pinging and I was trying to access the website and I was getting worried that what was the problem. So server was down. Let me start the server. Okay, so I started my Google server. Let me log in. And once you are logged in, now you come to this client. Google.com. Yes, Google is working. Let's come here and type google.com. Okay, see here now on the second machine also website is working. Even the second machine is now pinging also. And now if you'll come on server and if you'll see the translation, see 443 means is communicating to HTTPS, right, remote port. And you can see it is all IP address. Even 37 is also translating. It has been translated to 12.1.1.1. 36 means it is pat. It's not static and dynamic. Okay. So this is all about your NAT configuration. Okay, if you do this lab, if you have any queries, let me know. Follow the labs one properly, you will not have any error. And always check the machines are running or not. It's not that machines are off and we are trying. Okay, thank you.